So you have a bottle pump that is clogged and you want to know how to fix it. That's what we're going to do today. There's 3 things that you need to know before we actually show the unclogging process. And those 3 things are: 1, almost all pumps can be cleared and unclogged. 2, the most common reasons for clogs in your bottle pumps are air getting to the product, which is a normal part of the process of having a pump, and using the wrong product with the wrong type of pump. And the 3rd thing you need to know is that most of these clogs are preventable, and there are a couple ways you can prevent them. You can perform regular maintenance on your pumps, and you can make sure that you're using the right product with the correct pump. And the 3rd thing you can do is make sure that you're matching your bottle and pump to how frequently you use it, because the less frequently you use something, the more air that gets into the pump and it tends to dry out your product. And not only do you clog your pump, but you lose your product as well. So those are the 3 things you need to know. Are you ready to get started? You're only going to need a few supplies that you surely already have at home. And those supplies include an empty bowl, a bowl with hot water. This should not be boiling water, but it should be hot tap water, as hot as your tap will go. And you will need a paper clip that has been opened up so that you have a point on the end. Those are the supplies that you will need, of course, in addition to your actual pumps. Today I'm just going to use a couple of my pumps. I'm going to show you how to clear a couple different kinds. They actually work, it works the same way on all pumps. I'll just show it to you because they do look different. Okay, so right here I have a Lotion pump. This is a pump that is designed for thick conditioners and lotions, and this is what I use on all of the shampoo and conditioner bottles that I sell in the 16-ounce size. This is a foaming pump. This is actually my old foaming pump. I have new ones now, but they work the same. The other one just looks different. So we're going to try both a foaming pump and a lotion pump. And all you have to do is make sure your pump is unlocked. Let's see if mine's unlocked. It is, because it goes up and down. Okay. Now, if you have a clog, the first thing that you're going to do is take your unbent paper clip. You're going to stick it in the nozzle and just swirl it around a little bit. And if you can see, that gets, you can get all the way in there and just swirl it around, and then kind of like try to pick out any of the dried up product that might be in there. And then you can take your pump and stick the dip tube into the hot water and hold the pump while pressing until you see water come out the other side. If you can't press it or water isn't coming out, then there is a 3rd thing you may need to do. You may need to take this dip tube off of your pump. And sometimes they're glued on and not just put in there. So if it's glued on, you can still take it off. You'll just need to, it won't be glued on again after you take it off. And what you're going to do is take this, this is called the housing, and this is the actuator. You're going to take this and just put the entire thing inside your hot water and just let it sit there, probably for 5 to 10 minutes. The goal is to get the product to loosen up a little bit. And then you're going to go back and stick your straw back, your dip tube back in there. And you're going to do this again until you can get water out of your pump. And once you get water, then you know it's unclogged. And the exact same thing you can do with foaming pumps. Now, my foaming pumps don't lock, so I don't have to make sure it's unlocked. But we're just going to press until you see water come out. Now, you won't see soap or foam or anything because this is just water. But once the water is flowing, I suggest doing that for a minute or so just to make sure it clears as much as possible. And then your pumps should be clear and ready to go. So that is how you unclog a pump that's already clogged. Now, if you want to know how to prevent clogs, make sure that you're doing this on a regular basis, particularly with any pump that you are not sure how you will replace it if you really want to or need to in the future. You just want to go ahead and stick that dip tube into the hot water and do just exactly as we've shown here. And that will keep your pump clear of clogs for as long as the pump will last, which in most cases is many, many years. Now, as a final little tip, I want to tell you about a few things you can't fix on a pump. Now, I've been selling bottles with pumps for the last 8 years, so I've seen about everything that could possibly go wrong with a bottle pump. So the things that cannot be fixed are anytime the actuator on top of your pump is broken or cracked. This cannot be repaired or replaced. You will need an entirely new pump mechanism. And the other thing that cannot be fixed is if you can't see it in any of mine. Let's see if you can see way up in there. There's a little, you can see maybe right here, the spring that causes the pump to go up and down. They all have a spring, but in mine, most of the springs are not visible. If your spring is not working anymore for any number of reasons, which you can discuss in another video, your pump cannot be repaired. It will have to be replaced. Pump mechanisms are not designed to be able to be taken apart and repaired and put back together. If you know them really well or you're mechanically inclined, you may want to try that, but just know you'll probably end up having to replace your pump. And the last thing that cannot be repaired on any given pump is just any missing parts. So that kind of goes along with what I already said. You can't replace things on a pump mechanism. You're going to need a new pump altogether. If you have a pump that has failed you completely and you've tried to unclog it and it still doesn't work, I'm going to link below for you a blog article that I wrote several years ago on how to find a replacement pump for a bottle that you already have. This is a problem that I know a lot of people have run into, and there's no standardization of pumps within the bottling industry, so it can be quite tricky. So I have that article. I will link it below along with some other resources, and I hope you got your pump clog cleared, and I'll see you in the next video.